Good afternoon to the people in the East. Good morning to the people in the West and all of our foreign traders around the world. Hey, here we are again. What are we going to cover right now? We're going to cover the earnings season that starts in full season. Tomorrow morning, before the opening bell, we're going to have certain stocks that will report their quarterly results before the opening bell in pre-market. What I am going to do is I'm going to come down tomorrow after the closing market. We have a slew of companies coming out with their quarterly results. IBM, listen, man, we've shorted IBM for the last 2 years and made a bunch of money. And every time they guide their quarter down, every pop in after hours on what? IBM. I'm going to type IBM in here. And we've made a fortune on IBM in after hours. Every time the headline hits, it pops. But look at here. Big short right here. How do you like that? Down $10 in after hours. We made over $75,000 on that move with several of our bigger traders. Here, again, after hours, closing bell. Another big drop. Buy the dips after it sold up and then we sold it. Learn high frequency. You want to find out other quarterly earnings right here? Go ahead. Here was another extremely great move that happened when? In the January quarter, going back, like I said, 2 years ago, IBM has not done anything, period. So, if you want to do your homework and you want to go through all the earnings on IBM, they're here. Let's not be in denial. Every time it pops, it'll pop up between like $7 and $10, and then it sells down and it goes negative $10. There's usually about a $17 move in the last 2 years in the after hours with what? Oh boy, IBM. Your history is here. And everything that happened here, we told the world before it's happening, just like I'm doing with you now. And this was a great trade. And it's going to continue to be the same. So basically, let's go ahead and do this. So let's get back to IBM tomorrow after the close. That's going to be a big bellwether. We got some semiconductor stocks coming out. We got Rambus coming out. I remember shorting Rambus at $460 back in the day. Steel Dynamics. You got Western Alliance Bank Corp. So a lot of your Zion Bank Corp is going to be coming out. We're going to find out where some of these financial stocks are. I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to continue to go to Tuesday before the opening bell. You want to see a lot of stocks? You want to see a lot of opportunity before the opening bell? Yeah, you heard me. April 21. This is before the opening bell. You got a boatload of S&P 500 companies coming out. We're going to be taking a look at LMT. Always make good money on this one. Northern Trust, always make good money on that. Just remember, when the market is in pre-market, before pre-market starts, these companies are going to release the report. And then when the opening bell gets there, we're going to pick them off. Baker Hughes, it hasn't done nothing forever, because it hasn't. Kimberly Clark, it hasn't done nothing. Jack's Pacific, come on, give me a break. Earnings season is going to be a challenge for the United States of America right now. SAP, great company. A lot of these are great companies, but the problem is that Verizon's going to be coming out. We're going to know exactly where they are. Let's go to after the closing bell right here. Here's what you need to know. Cree, CMG, we made a fortune on that. And if you'd like me to cover it again, I will. And we made big money on CMG. Here's that CMG trade that I'm talking about in the last quarterly results in January of 15. Is that, yes, it likes to pop on good reports. And this is a daily chart, and that yellow line right there is a 100-day simple moving average. It's a very bullish chart. This is where we shorted CMG, and we made a monumental amount of what? Money. And it went straight down. Not only did it go down, just let me show you one thing. On that last quarterly result, we were up here at 692 shares. I don't think anybody could sell enough damn burritos to warrant almost a $700 stock. Yeah, and we took it all the way down here to 644. And yes, we had the put options. And then we got support. And then some rumors came out. And we got a daily gap. Oh, guess what? Let's not forget this, though. Here, CMG is going to be a big mover. Cree is going to be a big mover. Another one that we really like in here. This Yum Brands haven't done nothing. BMW, it's a good software company. It'll have some volatility. Yahoo, ooh, my name is Yahoo. Yeah, right. We're going to see what Yahoo has to say. Interactive Brokers, we're going to find out. But here's another super, what? Big one. Now, when you type in the CMG trade, CMG, bada bing. Once again, you're going to find out, like I've already pointed out, all of them. The next biggest one is going to be ISRG. And for you people that like to be in denial, don't worry. You just lose money. Here is the ISRG trade. And Intuitive Surgical has the Da Vinci units, which are surgical robots that perform surgery on people. And if you want to take a look at all of the quarterly reports, you can go on forever. And we trade this, and we make a lot of money. And now I'm going to show the chart on ISRG. And this is all your history on all of your what? Don't tell me that this was on an earnings report. Don't tell me why I made a $70 short, trading down $70. Read it and weep it. The thing that we love about ISRG, though, is when they steal the premium out of options for people, we end up buying off of the bottom. And this is your results, man. FBI are cracking down, and investigations should start about, what dark pools do and all the stuff the public will never know. But we're letting you know it. So basically, as I go back over here and we take a look at this ISRG, we got CMG, we got Cree, and we monitor every one of these, and we'll report them as they happen and how we make money. Wednesday, April 22nd. Once again, you got a boatload of S&P 500 companies in here. We're going to be taking a look at the aluminum stocks. There's lots of different stocks within the overall economy that are good stocks, good companies, but why are they going to be suffering? And why is it going to be a challenge? McDonald's, we make money on McDonald's every time it reports. Here is after the close. We got Cheesecake Factory. We got Citrix Systems, which gets slammed. We have other things that we're looking at here, everyone. And we're going to get a very good clue. We'll be covering a lot of these companies. This is after the closing bell. And you got Las Vegas Sands right here. So all eyes are going to be on LVS and how Macau gaming is weakening. Qualcomm, they've already guided down and did a $15 billion repurchase buyback program. How sick. Texas Industries right here, another semiconductor. And this is after the closing bell on April 22nd. I'm going to go to April 23rd. And I'm going to go down here again, everybody. And I want you to see these quarterly reports. And this is going to be before the opening bell. Again, there's going to be a boatload of companies. There's going to be a boatload of opportunities, both shorting stocks and both buying stocks off of the bottom. One of the things that we have here is a very, very, very long list of opportunity. We'll see what Whirlpool has to say, WHR. You got some of the financials. You got your airline stocks, Southwest Industry airline stocks have done a lot better over the last few quarters. They've managed to gouge people and collect revenues based on several different factors that has propelled these airline stocks higher at the consumer expense. So basically, I'm just going to go through all of these right here, right now. We're going to make a boatload of money. We always do. And so on Thursday, check it out. Here's after the closing bell. Amazon.turd. Right here. You see it? That's a big one. Always is a big one. Capital One, we're going to find out what they're doing. There's some other big ones in here, but that Amazon and Google, oh my God. You want to know about making some huge money? This is it, baby. Right here. Google after hours. Amazon after hours. Juniper Networks hasn't done crap. KLAC 10 Core. Whenever they're going to get the semiconductor unit to be better? You got your big bellwether. Oh, what? Microsoft. We're going to see exactly what all of these companies have to say in the after hours reporting session. And why do we have to do what we always do? Here's VeriSign. That's a damn good one. And basically, we got a slew of big bellwethers. But here's what I'm going to say. I want you to go back to some of my bigger traders and even small traders. You need to go to Amazon and you type it in the search box. And guess what? These are their quarterly reports. Amazon did okay last quarter, but the one before that, they got whipped. And their comps and their margin caps as far as making money, here was a big reversal. This was one of the bigger trades that we did, and it did go from $408 clear down to $299 here. And so basically you got a slew of history for the earnings on Amazon in the after hours, and that one is going to pay super, super big money. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to GOOG, called Google. So you got GOOG, and here is all the earnings. And we trade this using options at times. And our bigger traders, well, 1,000 shares is a little over $500,000 in buying power intraday. We have lots of people that have much more money than that. And this is for you. Again, this is what this is about. This is about taking advantage of manipulation. That's number one. Number two, the high frequency trading algorithms and quote jamming in after hours. And why is it that you have all the proof here? Same thing I'm doing with you now in this quarter. This is the second quarter of the year. And ever since we've had a 7-to-1 stock, you got GOOG versus GOOGL options trading strategy. When it first did that, there's your video. There's the live trades right there. 90% of these retail option traders have never seen an option chart. None of you. Sorry about your luck, but let's go back and let's take a look, my friends. Here was the last earnings preview right here. And I'm just showing you that this goes back. This is where Amazon reported the January first quarter of 2015. And there was a big drop on this stock, man. And we did 1,000 shares and we made huge profits. And it was that simple. We bought down there around 487. They dropped it from $522 down to $485. And we bought it within milliseconds. We are masters at HFT. And we are masters of putting those orders out there before they get there. And here is your truth. Let us not deny that this trade right here on 1,000 shares, we probably had like 50 guys with 1,000 shares, $500,000 buying power down here. And this is the last quarter on what? Google. Go back to Google. Go back to Google and Go ahead and do your homework. Big trade coming up this week.